Hi, everybody. This is Jeffrey. This is Right Color, and this is the reading for September 18th, Saturday, September 18th. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell for notifications. I offer personal readings. I also offer IET, which is a healing modality. The description and the link is below. I have a website where I make fabrics, t-shirts, scarves, even bags. Ooh, redcolor.com. I am also open to doing personal readings personally, and I live in Midtown Manhattan. So sometimes, people living in the New York area or people visiting New York want to come and see my studio, my YouTube setup in my kitchen, and get a reading, whatever. Okay. Let's see what's going on for Saturday, the 18th. Away we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Interesting little reading. 1, 2, 3. Wow. All right. So the 8 of Cups, the Magician, and the 6 of Cups. It's an unusual set. It's interesting, because he has all the tools, but maybe because the cups are out. The cup is really prominent today, and it's he has all the tools here. This is the Magician. It's a very powerful card. So he represents all the elements, right? He has the pentacles, here's the cups, here's the sword, and that's the wand. Wand is a different color than the other ones. It's more golden. But this is the most prominent, right? So this is receiving, right? So he's receiving, and it's like he's receiving from heaven into the material world. So he's the leader. He's the wordsmith. He's the, he could also be the trickster. But I don't feel like he's the trickster today. It's a really lovely card, the Magician. Very powerful card. Okay, so we have the 8. So for me, the 8 is, we're coming up on a full, I know, this is kind of my eclipse card. It's kind of my new moon card. It's kind of my full moon card. It's kind of, oh, see. The 8 is awareness. So I think what he's aware, this is, to me, this is a spiritual quest. So is he leaving or is he walking toward? I say yes. He wants more emotional satisfaction. This is fine. This is really working. It's almost like, now this would really be a metaphor that I don't know if anyone could relate to. He comes from a very happy home, but now he wants to build his own happy home, right? It's like a fairy tale. And then you get the 6, and the 6 is remembrance, is nostalgia. It's also a gift. Okay, so actually what I think is going on is there was some emotional gift from the past that's in your memory. It could be anything. It could be a kindness from a friend on the playground. It could be some old person in the neighborhood who paid a lot of attention to you. Could be like a teacher who was very warm to you. It could be anything. It feels like childhood, right? It feels like childhood, this one. And I think where it feels like, it's almost like you're going to go gather that sweetness, those well wishes. It's like you're going to pick up something from the past, maybe somebody said something to you really kind, or really gave you confidence, and you have a recollection of it, or something similar is going to happen, and it's going to remind you of that, and you're going to be able to, like, let's say, okay, let's say you never really thought of yourself as particularly smart. I'm just giving an example. And, you had a teacher, or an uncle, or a neighbor, or maybe your mother or father, or your brother or sister saying, you're really smart. And I think tomorrow you're going to be somehow reminded of that, or you're going to meet somebody who reminds you of somebody who was kind to you in the past, and they're going to ignite that memory, that experience. And it's through that you're actually going to be able to manifest your smartness, or your, I don't know, whatever it is. It could be, I just gave smart as an example. Oh, look how lovely. The angel of healing. The angel of healing, right? Balance, healing, moderation. Very nice. Yeah, and you're going to be able to see it. So this is an interesting card. This is about, this is obviously the miser. He's very stable, because he's a 4. So he's very stable. And there's an aspect to him that it's like a spotlight. It's like a spotlight. And he shines a light, he gets into this certain nook and cranny that you can't see without the light. And there's an aspect to him that's like that. So I feel like maybe there's something, or an understanding of the past. Huh. We're all complicated. I always have an itch when I'm doing this. It's so weird. Everyone has their good points and their bad points. And some people have more good points and less, and vice versa, right? But there's no complete bad. There's no complete good. It just isn't. And it feels like you're going to remember a kindness. You're going to remember a kindness, and it's almost like you're seeking that kindness in your life again. So let's say I had a lovely memory of going to a beautiful garden, and somebody took me there because I was a little kid, right? And you felt special and loved and cared for, and you have a memory of being in touch with nature. And I feel like that memory, that type of memory, is going to be triggered, and you're going to say, when I was a kid, I really loved to be in nature, or when I was a kid, and I'm craving that. I'm craving this sort of innocence. I'm craving. I really want to bring some of that into my life again. But somehow I feel like you're going to be able to put a spotlight on it. And it might have come from somebody who you always saw as, let's say you had an uncle, right, who was always really cold and really gruff or something. And they took you to a movie. It was just you and your uncle, and they took you to this really cool movie, you know. And, you know, it was like the one day he was nice and you were sort of in shock. But it became that much sweeter because it came from, you know, somebody who wasn't like that. And I feel like there's something in that kind of, I wish I could be more clear. That you're going to be able to access that memory and access that feeling and be able to manifest it again in your life now, because you're searching. So because he's searching, right? This one's searching. That's what I think. That's what I think. It's like a search thing that, you know, it's like you're going to have the right vision, you're going to have the right tool, you're going to be in the right place. Yep. Well, this is like just, you know, what cards are a yes or a no? This is definitely a yes. Yeah. And the infinity symbol shows up twice. The infinity symbol shows up twice. It's the only two times it shows up in the deck, and it shows up twice. So it's almost like this is like a little track, right? It's like you go back and pick something up that was good. You know, it's almost like you're going on vacation or whatever. You're going on a little day trip, and you remember you left the dessert at home. I was 600 miles away and I left my dessert at home. I turn around and go back. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're going to go back, pick it up, and incorporate it into now. That's what it feels like. There's a sweet recollection and an understanding, and I want to say a longing, but I don't feel like there's going to be a longing. There's an acknowledgement, and then a realization, it feels like, I know how to access that. I know how to use that. I know how to utilize that. I know how to like manifest that. I know how to bring that into reality. That's what it is, right? The sweetness from the past brought into reality. That's what it is. It's healing. It's profoundly healing. 3 cups. I mean, this is not a cup, but it's a cup. It's 2 cups, actually. You know, and here's a gift. You know, perseverance, awareness, moderation. So, you know, it's not going to be like, oh, it's just going to be something that you incorporate that enhances your experience. It's okay. So another example, and I'll keep quiet. I got a good example this time. You're wearing a fabulous little dress, right? And you're going to your prom or something, and you feel really good. And you know everything is kind of good. Then your beau brings you a lovely corsage or a lovely bouquet of flowers, and it's like, oh, this made sweetness even sweeter. It's a little bit like that. Sweetness becomes sweeter. I like that. That sounds good. All right. Blessings to you. The weeklies are up somewhere. I'm going to arrange them as well. So if you're looking for your sign and you get confused because I just do one a day, and you're like, oh, well, I'm an Aries or I'm a Pisces or whatever you are, or whatever you want to be, you can go to playlists on my site, and it's arranged by sign. Okay, so if that helps you, and that way you can watch me obsessively. You do have to have a bit of an ego to do YouTube, you know. All right. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Have a lovely day and enjoy the sweetness.